Steve. Okay, we have a visiting manager waiting as well, so it won't be too long this evening. We'll start with Luke, please.
You obviously sort of heard the bad news about Kevin Keegan before the game. That was possibly the ultimate tribute to him, the nature in which he won the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that team that he created was incredibly special and still talked about, and quite rightly so, for what it achieved and how it played and the entertainment that it gave everybody. And that was us. You know, we were always trying to be that team. We want to entertain. We want the supporters here to be on the edge of the seats. Sometimes, unfortunately, we can't always guarantee that. But today, I think it was us at our thrilling best without playing at our very best. But of course, the news before the game really shook us all, I think. You know, Kevin, well, what he did here as a player, as a manager, as a truly iconic person. Want to pay tribute to him, really, and just hope he's okay and send him all our love.
I'm sure you'll analyse that game at some point, but at the moment, you've got to just enjoy the emotion of it.
Absolutely that. I mean, I sort of said to the players after the game, I don't want to talk about any negatives because that wasn't our finest performance. We're well aware of it, but I want to focus on the positives. The comeback win, we haven't done that. The late goal, we haven't done that enough. Never say die spirit, the togetherness, the unity. We've got some special players here, and it's about trying to get them in the right place to produce their best football, and it's only by winning games that you can truly get into that position, so that win will do us the world of good.
Thank you.
Go to Damien, Lee and Dominic, please.
Eddie, when the dust settles on tonight, the last week or 10 days, there's been a really good period for you. How important could this be in terms of your season?
Yeah, 3 massive games for our Premier League season, without a doubt. I mean, the win at Burnley was huge for us because we needed to sort of get some solidity. Then we backed it up with 2 tough home games. Leeds played very well tonight. We're under no illusions, they're a good team. They're 7 unbeaten. They played some top teams in that run as well. So we knew tonight was going to be really difficult, and we're slightly disappointed with the performance, but not disappointed with the spirit and the drive the players have to try and be successful was huge.
Thank you. Lee?
What's the situation with Fabian? Obviously, pretty nasty going on.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Fabian. He's in hospital, I believe, at the moment. He's got an ankle problem. So yeah, it doesn't look good for him. We hope it's not as serious as it looks. We send him our love, and such an important player. He's been incredible for us since we've come to the football club. He's been almost an ever-present. He's always put his body on the line for the team, and looks like he picks up a bad injury, unfortunately.
Lewis Miley, I mean, what more can you say about him? He's covered 3 positions there, and he's been outstanding.
Yeah, incredible from Louis again. I mean, it wasn't my plan to play him in 3 positions, but that's just how the game unfolded. And once we brought Sven onto the pitch, we were out centre halves or established centre halves, and Louis done that role for me, a centre half, more than he has fullback actually in training. We've trained him there a few times because we believe he's got the ability to play that position. But still, he's got to go in running. He's got to understand the 3 positions that he's playing, and he's got to mark Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I thought was outstanding tonight, and that was a big test for him. But again, he just takes it into his stride. He's got an unbelievable mentality for the game.
Thank you. We've got to Dom, Daniel and George, please.
Hi Eddie, you spoke about transfer activity potentially being dictated by injuries. Is this one, the Fabian Schär one, that could force you?
Yeah, it's a bit too early for me to sort of give an assessment on that, but we'll take a view as the window unfolds.
Just on the injury front, Dan Burn, Jamal Lascelles, how close are they to being back and forth?
Yeah, Jamal's okay. He's still feeling his body's not 100% right, so he's not involved at the moment. With Dan's back on the grass running, so positive steps, but he's still a few weeks away, I'd say.
Daniel?
Eddie, can I just ask about Joel Linton, that's all right, because since he's come back into the side, he's looked like he's had a real hunger. On Sunday he was very good, winning a lot of balls, and tonight he was sort of in the midst of all the physical battles. How important is it that he's firing in that middle of the park again?
Yeah, he's a huge presence for us. He's obviously a beast of a man, but he plays with that fire in his belly when he's playing well, and that sort of controlled anger, I think, is when he's at his best. I thought you saw that again tonight. I mean, his goal was a brilliant finish at such an important time. he's a real driving force for us. We need him fit and available, and playing like he did tonight will make a difference to the team.
And just on the synergy between this team and the supporters, they've stuck with you all night and you kept going. Just how important is this sort of cohesion that you've got at the minute?
Well, it's everything. I think you want the players to enjoy playing here. I've said that so many times. We want them to feel safe and able to express themselves. You want the supporters to enjoy the players that are on the pitch and enjoy the football that we play and the manner in which we play it. And I think once you get that feeling, you can do amazing things. So our job is to try and bring the right energy and the right body language and the right attitude, and then we ask the supporters to back us, and they've done that since day one.
Thank you. We've got George, Martin, Scott, and then Kieran wants to finish, please. George?
Hi, you're famously very good at keeping yourself removed from the kind of emotion of a match. Can you just explain how you were feeling right at the end there? Because your reaction to the winning goal suggested that you were sort of caught up in that moment.
Yeah, there's very few sort of big highs, I think, when you're, I say few, when you're managing it's difficult because you've got to try and stay level and you've got to try and help the team in every moment. You don't want to lose yourself at any moment, but if there is a time, for me it's if you score late in the game and you win the game, especially in the manner that we did today. So I've got no problem admitting that my emotions went sky high, and it's a rare moment that you get to that sweet taste of victory the last minute in the game. There's no better feeling as a manager. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and now I'm back thinking about the next game.
Can you do anything about that kind of chaos? I suppose in the second half it just felt like, it did feel like sort of two boxers going at each other and swinging.
Yeah, in some senses when you're the team chasing, you want that chaos. If it's not that way, I don't think you've got a chance of coming back. So the chaos, I think, in that moment suited us. If we were leading the game, I don't think you do. You don't want the transitions, you don't want the end-to-end feel, you want to be with more control. So you just hope that we could fall on the right side of the chances. I thought we were building momentum. I thought the substitutes that came on today again made a positive difference. That's great to see. We need that. And the late goal, you can't underestimate. We felt the pain the other way. There's no worse feeling. Today we're feeling the elation of the positive. We've lost some points this season that's hurt us. So that's a valuable extra two that we wouldn't have had.
Martin?
You've spent some time with Kevin, Eddie. What was that like, and what impression did he leave upon you?
Huge, such an inspirational figure. I think one of the first things I did when I took the job here was to ring him and speak with him and try and get an understanding of what the job was going to look like, what I needed to do, what mindset I needed. And he was unbelievable with his time and with his insight. And I've been lucky enough to meet him a couple of times in different scenarios, different events. He's always been so kind, so gracious, so giving, and humorous. He's such a funny man. His stories I could listen to for a long, long time. I think he's brilliant. And when the news comes that today you feel someone like Kevin is he's got this zest for life that will never go, and sort of brings back that everyone's human, and we really feel for him and hope that he's going to be okay.
Scott?
It's lifted you up to sixth in the league, Eddie, that win. We've been speaking all season about how it's been a bit stop-start. You haven't been where you want to be, and yet you kind of touched on the press conference. Everything's there for you, and you find yourself now sixth in the table, which is a great platform, hopefully, to be able to kick on from.
Yeah, it's a really strange league, isn't it? When you look at it, it's so tight from where we are now at sixth. You look underneath us is 3-4 points difference between falling a long way. So we've still got to look upwards. We've got work to do. We want to keep chasing and keep building on what we've done in the last 3 games. We just hope that the confidence from these games can elevate our performance levels and can elevate our strength. We now go to 2 big cup games, Bournemouth first and then Manchester City, so good distraction for us before we return to the Premier League.
Okay. Last but not least, Kieran?
Just ask how inspirational Kevin's teams were when you were, as a young guy growing up, already coached. Did you kind of look at them and take bits from that and back your mind in?
Yeah, well, definitely inspired by those teams. I mean, obviously I didn't know what my journey was at that moment. I was playing playing the game and trying to build my career as a player, and watching from afar those games were so entertaining. The style was was unique. There was no other team like Newcastle at the time, and they were the team that everyone wanted to watch. So without knowing what my future was, I loved it. I loved watching those games. We want to produce a similar team. We want everyone to be desperate to come and watch the team and to stick with the team right to the end, because you never know what's around the corner. You never know how a game can end. With Kevin's team, that was certainly the case. We want that to be the same with us, and we want the supporters to love the team in the same way. But that will be one of the all-time great Premier League teams, although they never won the Premier League. It's one that's talked about near enough the most.
Thanks everyone. See you on Friday.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.